Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Christy and today we're going to be talking keto. This is coming from a beginner. Today is my 6th week on keto, so like I said, I am relatively new to this, but I want to discuss with you the 5 things I wish someone had told me before starting keto. So from a beginner to a beginner, here's the 5 most important things that if someone had told me would have made this process so much easier. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do so because I'd love to have you as a member of my YouTube family. Make sure you comment below and tell me what journey you're on, how far you've come, how far along are you in this, and what is your favorite thing about keto. Follow me on Instagram for sneak peeks. Now let's go ahead and get started. A little bit really quick about my keto journey so far. I am 6 weeks in today. In the first 2 weeks of keto, I lost 16 pounds. I'm already down 1 pant size, about 2 shirt sizes, and I lost 21.5 pounds in the first full month of keto. As always, I'm going to add in a little disclaimer right here. I am not a doctor and I'm definitely not your doctor. So before you start any diet or journey to lose weight, make sure you check with them to see if it's okay for you to try something like this. Number 1, this one's easy and it's free. Carb Manager. It's an app that you can download on your phone, whether it be an Android or an iPhone. This is not sponsored, but Carb Manager has helped me so much once I found it. Keto is high fat, low carb, and moderate protein. So keeping track of all those percentages can be extremely overwhelming. And you know, when you're starting a whole journey or process, something new like this, you don't need to be overwhelmed any more than you already are. So Carb Manager, you just plug in your gender, your height, your current weight, what you want your macros to be, say under 20 grams of carbs a day, what your goal is, which mine was to lose weight, and it gives you the whole percentage and your numbers for you so that you don't have to sit and think about it. You don't have to plug those in at every meal. Number 2, keep it simple. That means with your foods, sometimes when you're starting any diet, like I said, whether it be Weight Watchers or keto, just anything, it can be overwhelming, like I said. So you need to keep it simple with your foods. Find some easy recipes that you love and enjoy and that you don't care to eat several times a week. And then that way you're not spending all your time coming up with new recipes. If I have to spend hours in the kitchen cooking certain meals, I'm just going to be, like I said, overwhelmed. So keep it simple. We found several different recipes that we enjoy, and I will sort of batch cook up our meats on a Sunday. That way that we have our chicken ready and we have our ground beef ready. And that way all I have to do is reheat that. I have several different recipes that are our favorites that we love to eat many times a week so that I'm not constantly in the kitchen cooking. Or if we become hungry, we have to wait a long time to cook. So I have a bacon cheeseburger bowl that is absolutely amazing. And everybody that's tried it, that I've mentioned it to on this channel, has loved it. So I'll have that linked down below for you. It is so simple. Also, I have several other recipes that I'll have down there for you guys that are just our absolute favorites. And me and Kerrigan, my oldest daughter, could eat them probably every single day. So that is my number 2 tip. Keep it simple until it becomes habit or until it becomes so easy that it's second nature. And then you can explore more things like cooking more elaborate meals. But for me, that's what's been one of the easiest things to keep me on track is keeping it simple. Number 3, okay, let me start by saying this. I'm not an expert. These were the things that helped me get through the first several weeks and things that I wish I'd have known that I found later on. But avoiding the keto flu, the dreaded, horrible keto flu. When I first started keto in January of this year, 2019, I experienced that keto flu, and it was massive, and it was one of the things that knocked me right off the wagon, and I completely quit. That and the fact that I was overwhelmed by all the cooking. So when I started keto again in March of 2019, I went in it with lots of research. I had my trusty pen and paper, and I was constantly reading articles and looking things up on YouTube, online, everywhere. I was reading and listening to things constantly to try to figure out how to avoid the keto flu. These are the things that I did, and I honestly believed they helped me. When you begin keto, from my understanding, it is a natural diuretic. So you're getting rid of a lot of fluids in your body, and I think that's why you lose such a significant amount of weight the first couple of weeks. So you need to replenish those electrolytes that you're losing. And those would be sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Again, you don't want these in abundance, so check with your doctor to make sure the amounts that you're going to be taking, and do your own research and everything and make sure that's okay. Okay, just make sure everything's okay with your doctor before you try. But at night, what I did was I would take a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, and I would mix that with 3/4 cup of water. I would mix it up and put it in the refrigerator overnight. Then when I got up the next morning, I would just make sure that I drank that, just little sips throughout the day. I would not gulp it or guzzle it or anything like that. But I had it in the refrigerator, so throughout the day, I would just keep replenishing that sodium that I was losing through all the water that I was drinking. And then I also add a magnesium supplement to my diet. I took that at night before bed, and I added a potassium pill that it was very low dose potassium to my diet as well, and I took that one in the morning. But those were the 3 things that I felt helped me not have to deal with the keto flu. But make sure you do your research and see what you find out. Number 4, and this is not something I did at the beginning of my keto journey. This is something that I did week 5, so just last week. And if I would have known about this, I would have probably went ahead and been about 5 or 10 pounds lighter. Seriously. Clean out your pantry and fridge. Just do it. If it is something that's going to tempt you, if it is your favorite sweet food, if it is your favorite chips, get rid of them, because if you're like me and have no willpower, if they're in the house, those things are going to be calling your name. And in a moment of weakness, which you will probably have, I've had very, very many moments of weakness, I cave and I give into those little demons calling to me. So even things that I wasn't even a fan of, like a Pop-Tart, it was the only sweet thing in the house, I went and ate a Pop-Tart just because it was there. Get rid of them. Not everybody in my house is on a keto journey, but I have learned to get rid of the bad things in the house, or those things that I feel would tempt me. This way, there's better choices in the house for everyone. So again, week 5, I cleaned out my pantry and fridge. I got rid of all the things that could possibly tempt me because I am weak. I am so weak. So now that those things aren't here, I'm making better choices. And that leads to number 5. And number 5 is keep keto desserts and treats available in the house. Let me start by saying this. Artificial sweeteners are a weight loss or can cause a weight loss stall. But when you're first starting keto, and if you were like me, I am a huge sugar addict. I would go days where I would eat nothing, not a real morsel of food other than like jelly beans or gummy bears. I lived on sugar. So when you're just starting keto, those things are essential if you are a sugar addict. That way, when you go search the pantry or the refrigerator for something sweet, that you have a crutch to fall back on. I'm not sitting and saying that you need to eat an entire lemon pound cake, which there is a great recipe out there by Nicole Burgess for one of those. But I'm saying if you feel the need for a piece of cake, then you have a keto lemon slice of cake to fall back on. Keto desserts, keto approved treats. Keep them in the house, because when you have that moment of weakness, you will be able to have something that will satiate your sweet tooth. And I was trying to keep everything out. And then when my willpower was at completely nothing, like I said, I would break down and eat something sweet that I completely hated, like a Pop-Tart. So now I have done my research, found several sweet treats that I keep in the house. So if I need something to fall back on like that, then I can break off a piece of Lily's no sugar added chocolate, and I'll have that, and just one little square makes me feel so much better. Like I had what I needed sweet related wise, and I can move on with my day. Again, those were my 5 top tips and tricks that I wish as a beginner someone would have told me when I started keto. These things would have helped me so much further along in my journey. And I'm just now at week 6 getting to this point. So from one beginner to another, remember, these are just my opinions. These are the only things that have helped me. But if they help you guys in any way, then that makes me feel somewhat better about my roller coaster of 6 weeks on keto. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Doing so much better. And you're not breaking every keto rule there is. Blah. Today, we're going to be discussing some keto. No, some keto.